We are live everywhere. All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Mr. Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. I feel the need to give you information up front. I don't know if this is a warning or what, but as I speak to you, there are two 11-year-old boys in my son's room, my son and his best friend. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, but there's a lot of thumping. So if that comes through, if there's a thumping noise in the background, that is they might be wrestling, they might be whatever's going on up there. It's noisy.
No worries.
Two, this one could be important. I have just returned from the gym. While I am at the gym, I drink all the water. I am like a data center. So at some point I might go, Jake, I gotta pee. You deal with the live cast. And I go pee because for the next hour after being at the gym, all I do is pee. So that's a heads up.
See, you don't have to worry about that out of me. Why? Got an empty Gatorade bottle underneath the desk. Yes, I came prepared. Although speaking of prepared, sorry about yesterday to all the listeners.
Rocky is correct. As long as there's noise upstairs, everything's good. If it gets quiet, that's when you have to start worrying, because that's
true.
That's especially troublesome when it's a boy-girl. Like if my daughter had her male friend over and they were just talking, but two boys wrestling, yeah, if they get quiet, maybe one of them's knocked unconscious and they're trying to cover it up like, what do we do? You know, like
You've got two 11-year-old boys upstairs. I've got two 12-year-old boys in the basement. I don't want to give details about that, but there might be some clanking as well. I'll ignore that. Certainly don't contact the authorities.
Is this an homage to R. Kelly? Is that what we're looking at? You're paying homage to it's respectful.
We can go with that. My lawyers told me not to comment too much. I probably shouldn't have said that already. My lawyer's going to be none too pleased with me.
Fair. Jake, did you have a good July 4th?
Dude, it was awesome. That is the reason, other than the Wi-Fi not working because of the weather and whatnot. I went out to PA. That's why I was not here to podcast. It was like a last minute thing.
I believe.
Yeah, we did. A bunch of cool stuff with kids. Went to like a water park, like a sprinkler park, an amusement park, all kinds of cool stuff. I realized here's what I noticed, and I kind of knew this happened in New York after COVID, but now I've sort of gotten used to it to where I think it's like this other places. You can just drink outside in New York and no one gives a fuck. Like, because what happened during New York, they shut like everything down during COVID. And so, bars, they were like, hey, you know how we're always like, sell people stuff in the bar, make them drink it in the bar. If they take it outside and you know about it, we're fining you an $11 trillion fine, and they go to jail for public intox or whatever. They were like, hey, just start selling stuff for carry out now. We know it's tough and, people can't drink inside or whatever. And then, they lightened the COVID restrictions, but then quietly New York City was like, hey, man, we're kind of down with people drinking outside with open containers. I mean, most of the guys who have a big problem with it anyway, they're just drinking the homeless man, the bottles of gin from man, they're doing that from the liquor store anyway. They're not the ones getting to-go containers from bars for the most part. The people causing problems, right? I forgot that it's not like that everywhere else. And so now New York will like sell alcohol in most places, right? Like we were at this little like a miniature water park the first day we were out there, and they got like a little menu, you know what I mean? Like a little mini park menu, and burgers, hot dogs, shit you would expect, But then I'm like, all right, I see the sodas. Where's the beer and the White Claws? We're outside, it's summer, And I'm looking, I don't see it. And so I'm over at the tables with my wife, and her family. And there's like a 16-year-old kid that works there, because it's basically like a pool they converted into like a little sprinkler park. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so she's just kind of sitting there and just kind of overhear me. I'm like, yeah, I looked at the menu. Like they're asking if I want anything to eat or whatever. They're going to get some food from the little concessions. I'm like, I'm good on food, but I didn't notice on the menu any drinks. But if they got any adult beverages, any White Claws, anything like that, I'd love one. I don't think they do. And like, dude, the girl overheard me, and you would have thought I was trying to order fentanyl. You know what I mean? Like the 16-year-old girl like dressed me down. She was like, "What? No, we don't sell alcohol here. There's kids here. What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Well, no, yeah, that's why I wanted to have a drink. I hate being sober around children, especially mine. So what do you? I mean." I just wanted a drink, you know? And she goes, "We had people sneaking alcohol the other day by that fence and they got in a fight." And I'm like, "Well, I was only going to have a couple. You know, I'm not a degenerate, you know?"
Well, two things. One, you are a degenerate, let's be honest.
Yeah, okay, I am I'm like compared to most people, but I'm not fighting drunk at a kid's sprinkler park at noon kind of degenerate. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I ain't that fucking bad, dude. I ain't as bad as half the people in there. I'm like, dude, that 60-year-old woman has a Monster Energy drink tattoo on her tit. You're fucking talking down to me? You flyover state scum, and I say that with love. I kind of am flyover state scum, but since I've moved to New York, I feel I've upgraded myself to fancy enough to be able to handle a drink at noon without fighting anybody.
Well, the second thing I was going to say is, and buckle up for this one, my friend. Oh, I live in New York. We can drink outside. Not anymore.
Yeah.
You've got a Muslim mayor. Anti-alcohol. He's going to put an end to that. Islam, Sharia law. Oh, no.
You're still waiting on the Sharia law thing. So far, what I've seen from the guy
it didn't happen overnight. I thought it was supposed to be next day Sharia law.
I thought too. I've been listening to a lot of Fox. What I have seen is the mayor with his lovely wife, not in any kind of hijab or anything like that, just kind of hanging out looking like a regular hipster chick from Brooklyn. So I don't know. It's weird. I would think if he was going to bring Sharia law in, she would at least have some kind of headgear. But no, it turns out they might have
Ultra's
been.
got a question for you.
What's up? Can you vape at the sprinkler park? I mean, a lot of these people seem like they were on fentanyl. So I don't think, legally you can. But if I had to guess, a lot of that was going on in the bathroom. Sure. What the fuck would she have said that? I wish I'd have goddamn it. Where were you at the sprinkler park? I should have turned to that 16-year-old and been like, well, okay, since there's no White Claws, where can I get vape cartridges? I should have pulled out a fucking vape pen and she would have looked at me like I pulled my dick out or something.
No, that would have been normal. That would have been acceptable because vaping, I mean, that's just, come on. All the classy people do that. All right, with our fourth, we went to see Banana Ball, the Savannah Bananas. Are you familiar?
Oh, yeah. How was that?
Well, I overall I liked it. Here's my favorite thing. I'll tell you really quickly. It made baseball interesting, but there were a little too many dance productions. Like every time they changed a pitcher, there was a dance production. Here was my favorite part of the entire night. There was one guy that did a dance routine whenever he went to the plate. It was a guy named KJ, and it was like, coming to the plate, it's KJ, and he would do a whole dance routine, and he struck out all 3 times. So big production to get to the plate, and then struck out all 3 times. But
that's wild, man.
Let me just tell you and the listeners this. If you get an opportunity to go to Banana Ball, I say do it. I think Major League Baseball could learn a lot from Banana Ball. If you take away the dancing and the backflips, and they're fun, but there are 11 different rules in Banana Ball. I'm only going to tell you 4. Here are the 4 things that Major League Baseball could do that are better. 1, it was timed. When they threw out the first pitch, a 2-hour clock went off and said, if this game isn't over in 2 hours, at 2 hours, whoever won. That's it.
Can get long, man. Major League can get fucking long.
2, the batter, once he steps into the batter box, if you step out, it's a strike. You can't step back, tap your cleats, and take 10 minutes of doing. No, you step into the batter box, they start throwing pitches. It's awesome. 3, and this one is really cool. After the pitcher throws the 4th ball, if he throws 4 balls, the batter starts running around the bases. Every player in the outfield and infield, every player on defense has to touch the ball before they can tag the runner out. So on ball 4, the catcher immediately throws it to third base. all the outfielders run in, they converge on second base,
Yeah.
and they start playing hot potato because they all have to touch the ball once. And so if the hitter on ball 4 can make it to second or third base as they're trying to pass the ball around, there's no walking to first. It's a sprint, and they're basically, like I said,
following like 90% of it. It sounds complicated. I think if I was to witness banana ball,
right,
it would sort of
it's
make more sense. But it does sound more interesting to baseball.
I'll say it one more time, and you'll get it. On ball 4, the catcher immediately throws to third base. Everybody from the outfield, they all run to second base because every player on defense has to touch the ball before they can tag the runner out. The batter gets to just start running bases. So they just start playing hopping. They just start passing the ball around. And if the runner can get to second or third base before so it becomes a free-for-all.
That's pretty rough, man. Yeah, you want to get those pitchers to stop walking dudes and throwing balls. That's like baseball meets Squid Game right there.
Here's the fourth. Like I said, they're 11. I'm only going to tell you 4. Here's the best one. Yes, you look for home runs, but winning is based on the inning. Whoever wins the inning. So what I mean is, you have the top of the inning and the bottom of the inning. If the team at the top of the inning, the visiting team, does not score any runs, at the bottom of the inning, the home team, the first batter up hits a home run, the inning's over.
Right.
They've won the inning because so every inning is a point. So instead of getting 3 outs, instead of like, oh, he hit a home run, next batter is like, oh, if the visiting team got 0 runs and at the bottom of the inning, the home team gets 1 run, the inning is over. And they won the inning. It's like, you don't have to wait for 3 outs. It speeds it up. It's like, boom, we're on to the next inning. It's awesome. They sped that game up and made it interesting and fun. Now, they go above and beyond. They play music the entire time. The music doesn't go silent when the batter steps up. They keep playing music. Like I said, for me, there were too many dances. But I get it. The kids like it. Everybody loved it. But just the speeding up of the game was fun. So those 4 rules was fun. What made it? I think, dude, I like
baseball. I like where your head's at, man. I think we can go bigger. Pads, helmets, pool sticks. They fight their way to the bases. Mad Max style. This is baseball meets Thunderdome.
Well, Rocky has a comment. The longest major league game on record lasted 32 innings. I don't know if it's still a record. I sat at a Los Angeles Dodgers game that set a record for a while. It was the most foul balls in a row. There was a point for over 20 minutes where it was 2 strikes and 3 balls, and he just kept fouling. It would be pitch, hit off to the side, and then he would step off, tap it. It was over 20 minutes of one player hitting a foul ball, and it was so fucking boring. It took over 20 minutes for one batter. This shit would not happen in Banana Ball. Speed it up, Major League Baseball.
I mean, I actually went to a baseball game a couple weeks ago. It was just a lot of fun, man. Cubs, Mets, and it was. But yeah, dude, they got to figure out a way to keep that from happening in the games, man. That's ridiculous.
Just boring. Like this, the last baseball game I went to, that Dodger one, felt like a virtual reality baseball game because you sat down and you're like, oh yeah, there's baseball players happening there. And then you talked and visited and like, oh, there was a hit. Like, but it wasn't, you weren't focused. This was so energetic. You were watching the game. That you were just like, oh, the batter's up. All right. Well, anyway, blah, blah. Oh, he struck. Okay. Yeah. But you weren't. Yeah. Dude,
this feels like an episode of Black Mirror where somehow you're just frozen in time. You know, you're in some virtual reality game, just a baseball game that never ends.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds horrible. It might as well be soccer at that point. That's how boring that sounds.
I've been loving the World Cup, my friend.
Yeah, I'm a real American. I don't give a damn about soccer.
I've had it on all day, every day. Let's get some news stories going.
Let's do it.
This was actually, I should have written down who told us to talk about this. This was a viewer request. A Mexican Batman vigilante is catching and taping up alleged motorcycle thieves. And these pictures, there's a guy completely duct taped to a pole. It can sometimes seem like vehicle theft are a problem without an easy solution. So when news breaks that a vigilante in Mexico is recovering allegedly stolen motorcycles and serving up suspected thieves to police on a platter, it's easy to get excited. Authorities say, however, the real victims are the people in this mystery crime fighter who has become known online as Mexican Batman. He keeps leaving taped to utility poles and the like. So,
Dude, that's pretty wild.
It is wild. And if it's true, it's awesome. See, but they aren't.
I like how specific it is.
The people are thieves. They're saying, yes, they are stolen motorcycles, so he does find them. However, authorities aren't buying the superhero narrative. Prosecutors have opened investigations into the incidents and say the people being taped to poles are legally considered victims. Fuck you. If you aren't going to catch the motorcycle thieves, let Mexican Batman tape them to poles. I fully support vigilante. He's not beating him up. He's not stabbing him. He's not putting him in the hospital.
Well, I think you're beating a guy up if you're taping him to a pole.
Well, he's not doing it. All right, fine. I take that one back.
Now, motorcycle thief, you know what you did. Get up on that pole, mister. You think about what you did after I do. Okay, duct tape man. I like the name Ultra mention. Me too, duct tape man. Like, all right, you got me. I'll hold my hands on the pole. I'll let you take me.
It's doing it at gunpoint. So maybe he's not beating him up. He's just holding a gun to him.
It's tough because you definitely you can't let people do shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't legalize vigilantism.
It's Mexico. I'm not saying we should do it here, but it's Mexico. It's kind of a free for all.
But even if you're Mexico, if you're any country, you can't legally out loud say, and by the way, any motorcycle thieves, which, let me back up a sec, wildly specific. What about carjackers? What about burglar? You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a wildly specific crime to go after. You know what I mean?
True, but
theft in general, I would think. I don't know. Like, I'm getting so does duct tape man? Does he see a guy? Does he see a guy sticking a crowbar in the window of a Toyota Corolla and go like, "Oh, you're lucky I'm not the car guy. You're lucky I'm not the car vigilante, motherfucker. If that was a motorbike, you'd be taped to that pole."
Well, I mean, the bottom of the article, it doesn't say how he finds them. It doesn't say because they don't know who it is. It does say that so far, yes, every single person duct taped was in possession of a stolen motorcycle, but they couch it with, who's to say that person stole it? Yes, they found it in their garage or they found it in their possession. Did they buy it on the black market? But still, I'm team duct tape man.
Well, yeah, everybody is, man. It's sort of like Luigi Mangione if he didn't kill the guy, he just taped him to the pole. You know what I mean? Like, so of course people are going to be pro this guy, as am I, as am everybody. But it's one of those things where you can't sign off on it on the surface. So the government can't just let him go. But where you go, like, okay, normally when you tape somebody to a pole at duct tape, at gunpoint, whatever, we give you 20 years in prison. We're going to give you a $10 fine. That's what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I think the judge kind of does that.
They can also issue statements like, "Oh, this Mexican Batman duct taping people, how dare he? Are we going to assign anyone to the case?" Like they could just sort of
You got to do
make some noise.
Like that. We duct tape man. We're working on it. We're working hard. Let me just say, wherever this hero is, I mean criminal, he better look out because we put 20 more detectives on the case. Yeah, nothing today either. Nothing today. No, we're still going after cartel.
This could be his downfall right here. Ultra's got it. I wonder what his duct tape budget is. I mean, Will a whistleblower from Amazon say, "Hey, we've sent 10 cases of duct tape to this one house. Do the cops want to know that?" Or will they go store to store and Walmart goes, "Yeah, we had a guy in here yesterday that bought us out of duct." Like, how is he getting all this duct tape without getting noticed?
Yeah, wouldn't you use zip ties? Wouldn't you zip tie a fucking guy's hands behind his? You know what I mean? Like zip tie the guy to the pole. That seems like more efficient, more economic.
Not effective. That would take less time.
Way more
But there
effective.
is something funny in the image of someone like those images of people just completely
Well, because like, dude,
is funny.
do you know how long it would take to duct tape a guy to a fucking pole? I mean,
only a couple minutes because you got to do it like a cartoon. You just run around the pole.
Yeah. Right, but I'm saying, it ain't like a ball of yarn. It doesn't just, duct tape. Like how many times I go around 10? All right, I'm gonna need about 35 more.
Ultra's got the best idea.
The roll's empty. I need another roll.
When he gets busted, he needs to start producing his own brand of duct tape, or just seek sponsorship. Just like I use this brand, like that.
It's in Spanish. It's going to be called like El Ducco, hombre El Ducco, hombre del Ducco. So it's gonna sound even cooler. Whatever the Spanish translation is to duct tape, man. Hombre del duct tape. Like
Rocky
it's gonna.
Says one roll of duct tape will keep a full-size sedan taped to a light pole. But these pictures.
Yeah, how long does it take to get there, man? I would hope he's zip tying the guy first, because man, how pissed off would you be if you're halfway through duct taping a guy and you go to check? Oh, I got a text from my fucking wife. What does she want? Oh shit, he ran away. He got off the ball. I just spent 10 minutes doing that. I gotta. Oh shit. Now he's gonna be out there stealing bikes again.
Yes. All right, let's stick with the silly and stupid news. Oh, I love this. This is Jake. I sent you my favorite. It's my favorite topic. It's the outrage where they find the 10 stupidest people on Twitter and say that there's an outcry. Shrek 5 trailer sparks backlash over Fiona's problematic transformation. Okay, first of all, I didn't know there was a Shrek 5. I didn't know there was a Shrek 5 trailer until seeing this article. So. I know I'm not the target demo. You know what? I kind of am, because I'm a dad and nostalgia, so they should be targeting me like, hey, remember Shrek? But, first of all, Shrek was good. Every sequel. 2 was fucking awful. I haven't seen it. My wife saw 3, said it was a piece of...
I saw Shrek when I was young. I was too old and I didn't have kids. I never really watched Shrek. I think I saw
Shrek, the first one was good. It had a lot of... Here's the problem. I remember when Shrek 4 came out, I remember one of the studio executives being a stupid blowhard and issuing statements like, well, this comes to the logical conclusion. We always knew that there would be an ending to this story and that we feel Shrek 4. It's like it had already run the course and was creatively bankrupt. So it's funny that now there is a Shrek 5. But let's get into this. She was a green beauty standard fighting machine. Now Fiona from the popular animated movie Shrek has seemingly undergone a transformation and fans aren't happy. No one's unhappy. No one cares. Can anyone tell me?
I couldn't wait to see what it actually was when I clicked on it, because I was like, is it going to be, let me guess, it's a white actress playing her even though she's green and people are upset. That's what I was expecting. But it was something different.
It is, but it's also... when was the last Shrek? Does it say in here? Because I'm gonna whisper something.
Dude, it's got to be a while, right?
Well, let me just look. I'll Google Shrek 4 as I whisper to you. Hey, you know what has changed since Shrek Forever After, Shrek 4, 2010? Sure. So 16 years ago. Technology, animation, computers, AI. Yeah,
dude.
Look at the first Toy Story compared to Toy Story 4, 3, 5.
Right.
Animation changes. Things look different.
Well, plus, truthfully, I thought it was going to be more like, they sexied her up. You know what I mean? Like, instead of like a thick, full-bodied ogre, now she's gotten on Ozempic. Whatever they, off-brand Ozempic they got in Shrek World, she's doing that. And now she's all like, and people are coming at her like they did Adele. That's what I'm expecting, right? But I'm like, Dude, she looks basically the same. I
Her
couldn't really
eyes
tell
look
much of
different.
it. Yeah, I'm like, which one's the before and after? She doesn't really
The
look.
nose looks the same. The lips look thinner. But yeah,
I
they
still would have
didn't.
hit either
Looks,
one. Either one of the Shrek ladies, I would have done. So I don't know. It's tomato as far as this podcaster is concerned.
another TikToker user joke. They put Shrek 5 Fiona on Ozempic, and yeah, his video gained 2 million views and 500,000 likes.
Damn it! I made that joke. Son of a bitch.
We're this is what we need to focus on, Jake. We need to. I think I've said this recently. I miss the fake outrage report. I miss that podcast. We should change to that because if we complained about Shrek, we'd get 2 million views. We need to complain about shit that doesn't matter and get views.
But here's the thing, that ain't even good. I could find something that either people on the right or the left would get more upset about than, hey, the lady in Shrek, the Shrek girl, looks almost the same but slightly different as she did 16 years ago. I mean, you really got to look at them side by side to tell the difference. You know what it is? It's like those bar games on the touchpad where you're like, wait, where's the difference? Is it okay? There's a mug in that one.
Yeah.
It looked like I was doing that. I'm like, what? It looks the same. Yeah.
And like you said, if you haven't seen it, you would not look at those and go, "Oh, that's obviously first, and that one's second because she looks prettier."
I know. I know.
Yeah, This is what we get outraged over these days. This is what people. I wish. I don't work a 40-hour a week job, but I still wish I had this kind of time on my hands to get outraged by this sort of. It must be nice to have so little going on in your life that this is what you find time to get outraged over.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I mean, again, this isn't even good fake outrage in that it doesn't I don't know who this is for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who's supposed to get upset at this. At least with the other stuff where it's like, hey, this is problematic. Oh, it's skinny shaming. It's fat shaming. It's something like that. It's like, okay, I kind of know. Yeah, man. Like, I know who's supposed to give a fuck about this. But with this, I don't even know who they're going for. Like, it's really. It's grasping for straws at a time when, again, you got a guy on the Epstein list in the White House starting to fucking war. Maybe get upset about that. Some of that. He's made like $11 trillion since he's been in office the second time. Get upset about
I
that.
didn't send you the article because I stumbled across it yesterday after I had sent all the links. Did you see?
Yeah.
It was in my feed yesterday that investors in Trump coin have lost collectively 3.8 billion, and Trump made 600 million at the same time because, when people bought it and expected it to value up or sold it, whatever, he got a percentage every time. So whenever people bought it, so he made 600 million profit, and collectively investors in Trump coin lost 3.8 billion because it opened at $75 and is currently resting around $2 or some shit. So
right,
everybody
lost
money.
I don't know how people don't look at not just Trump coin. Yeah, we know he's a scammer or whatever, but I mean every single Bitcoin. I mean all of these. Sometimes you will get lucky, and of course the OG is Bitcoin. And if you guessed it right, then yeah, you're a billionaire right now. Back when it was $10 or whatever, and that one held. But like most of these virtual coins, I don't know how you don't sit there and go, this is basically buying a scratch ticket. These things just scream pump and dump scam. So I mean, you just get lucky. You're doing like a even with stocks, man. I mean, like day traders and stuff. I mean,
stocks, depending on the penny stock, like penny stocks are the same thing. Scratch,
but that's what a day trader does with stocks. They're just looking at one that's climbing in that moment, and they're like, okay, people are jumping on this. I'm jumping in while the market's hot on this thing.
I'm jumping in at $7 and I'm selling at $7.25.
Yeah. And you're like, once it starts going back down a bit, then I'm out. No one's sitting there going, oh, I'm going to get rich off these. And even like the day traders, it's like, okay, well, it doesn't always keep climbing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, people are jumping on, but then it loses steam, right? And you kind of get fucked. And so it's a numbers game. It's like most day traders are, yeah, they're not guessing it accurately 100% of the time, like Biff and Back to the Future 2 with that sports almanac. They're hitting like 70%, but they're good enough at kind of reading the charts and all that to where they're like, I'm keeping with my winners longer, and I'm cutting my losses right away and shit like that. I mean, so what I'm saying is, I think most people, if they're at all intelligent with these things, kind of look at them like day traders look at stocks. And they're like, okay, this is more or less a pump and dump. I'm just trying to get out before it dumps too much, and I'm hoping it goes up after. I mean, that's got to be your mentality with any crypto coin, especially.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I see no difference between the Trump coin and that Haktua girl coin.
Yeah.
Like literally,
Yeah.
it. What was the difference there? It's
you're on TikTok. TikTok. If you're watching, this is the Idiots on Parade podcast. My co-host Nathan Timmel is having TikTok screwing him over, trying to censor him again. Oh, there he is. There we go.
No.
TikTok,
I had
TikTok
something pop up on my thing.
Oh.
I remembered something of TikTok that I don't want to bring up until the end, and so I was doing that on the side. While you were talking, I was going
to blame the technology. You did the right thing and cop to it.
Find something. There we go. That's what I wanted to find. So let's get to the next story, because I don't want to talk about this till the end. California is I lived there. Everybody talks about it as a fully Democrat state. Which means too much legislation, too much red tape. It's impossible to get anything done. However, California did something that I'm going to give them credit for. I can't believe this is not a federal law. Democrats and Republicans would come together on this. California has banned increased audio levels during ads on streaming services. So when you're watching a movie or something and it cuts to an ad and the ad is like so much louder, that is now illegal. This should be the law of the land. I can't believe it's 2026 and this still happens, but it does.
100%. Yeah, they don't get enough credit for the good laws out there,
Yeah.
And that's damn sure one of them. I hate that. I hate that when I'm sitting there and it's like, hey, this is the show, and we'll be right back. And you need liposuction, and Ozempic. Do you have your resting leg syndrome? Like what? Do you suffer from black psoriasis? Like, no, just come on, tell me at the same level.
And it's so noticeable. So I don't want to spend too much time on it but props to California for getting one thing right. Yes, you have the worst homeless situation in the nation. You have failed, but good on you for keeping your audio levels even.
You know what? I hate the extra loud commercials way more than I hate being stabbed by a fentanyl addict outside of a tent city. That's how much I hate those.
All right. A couple more stories. I sent you a TikTok of someone watching reporting on Fox News. Fox News is literally lying to people's faces while they are watching. The Fox News, we're talking about Trump's 250th birthday party, his celebration, where the Fox News hosts were live at the 250. There is no one there. The entire mall behind them is empty. They're at a spot you could just see green the entire way down, and they go, well, there are thousands of people here. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but trust me, off camera, there are thousands of people, and there's more than it looks like. And like, there's nobody there.
Dude, it's rough. Yeah.
And they're outright
rough.
lying to their viewers. Like, look, don't believe your eyes. You can see the entire field is empty, but there are thousands of people here. No, there's not.
No, and I don't know why he felt the need to do this and like the Freedom 250 event when he just had the UFC thing, which, again, we talked about it like, hey, it's a trashy look for the country, but like as an event and as a UFC fan, it went really well. So like once you have all these artists canceling all that stuff, and you don't really have much to compete with that America 250 event that was going on, I guess, in California or something at the same day, or that the Smithsonian was going to do. And then he said, we're doing something different. And just to be like, oh, yeah. Well, We already did our 250 thing. It was a few weeks ago on my birthday, and it was awesome. Great fights, seven fights, all of them ended in a knockout. The whole thing looked great. I just be like, yeah, we did the thing. This is what it was.
Two things quick. Solar says that she considers Fox the new Onion, just letting out as funny. Now, I sent you another clip. I'm going to get to Rocky in a second. I sent you another clip of this. Dr. Oz on stage with Dean Cain talks about how great the Great American Fair is, and he says it's, quote, packed. And so as he's on stage saying it's packed, the cameraman panned and he's like, it's packed here today. And the cameraman just pans and shows, again, completely empty, nobody there. And the first shot of the stage shows there are, I can count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
It's a
there
comic
are under 30
amount.
people in the original shot he's calling packed. And when he says it's packed here today at the fair, he just turns the camera and shows, nope, there are 0 people here. The entire mall is empty.
And he's saying it as if he's talking to a crowd. That crowd, I have had crowds bigger than that at 1 a.m. ambush shows on a Tuesday in the back room of some bar no one's ever heard of on Avenue C. Like, it was bad. It was like a sketch, man.
And then Rocky says, LOL, the bass player's sunglasses, believe his eyes. Did you see
that? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So if you do not know what Rocky's talking about, I don't remember who posted it on Twitter, but they posted a picture. Look at how awesome the Great American Fair is. And people zoomed in on the bass player, and the reflection of his sunglasses showed 0 people there. So then they deleted the picture, cropped the bass player out, and reposted it saying, look how awesome this packed fair is. But they literally took the picture down, cropped him out, and reposted it so that people, they are pushing so hard. Fox News, the onion that makes you cry. That's funny.
Yeah.
The cameraman got fired. He probably did, but that's funny.
Well, but even then, like, that ain't on the cameraman. You know what I mean? He didn't shoot the crowd.
Kind of is.
He didn't shoot the crowd. He shot the guy on stage. They said shoot these guys on stage, and then he, all right, roll camera. That's, you know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna? You get mad because the guy's got sunglasses on? It's bright out. You got him playing in the middle of the day.
All right. One more story, and then the thing that I looked up that I forgot that I wanted to talk about because we're running out of time. Again, Rush is on tour. Geddy Lee is 70-some years old. He came down with laryngitis. This is how you cancel a show. Alex Lifeson releases a video and just says, hey, we are so sorry. Geddy got sick. We're going to reschedule this show. The next 2 shows, they're bumped by a week, July. But he comes out and does it personally. It's not like they have someone else like issuing a statement like, hey, show's canceled. Geddy got sick. This is how you cancel. When like you said, shit happens. He's in his 70s. He got sick. And so a band member itself talks about it.
Yeah, and I mean, he should have. I think he should have gone one step further and even thrown in. It's like, also, like, if you haven't bought tickets yet, I just wanted to reiterate to you guys. Neil Peart's been dead for over a decade, and he was, like, he was the main guy. So I don't know how you're coming to see us.
Annika's doing great. Everybody loves her.
No, I know. Yeah. It's I kid. Those are big shoes to fill, and she's doing a hell of a job.
All right. This is what I remembered halfway through. Last week, we got a TikTok violation, and it happened around the time we were talking about, I believe, the Brazilian woman. Yeah. And then I found out after the TikTok, here was the restriction. Civic and election integrity. Your safety, that is why. Oh, that's a related tutorial. Never mind. But we were talking about the Save America Act and how it is a fraudulent voter restriction act designed to tamp down voting rights. And TikTok, the free speech platform, the algorithm said, oh, he's talking about dear leaders, bad idea in a negative way. Boom, restricted, because we were talking about election integrity. Fuck you, TikTok.
That's wild, man. Yeah, TikTok, if you didn't like that, you're going to hate this. That SAVE Act is keeping a pedophile in office. That's what it's doing. It's trying to keep a guy on the Epstein list from getting Impeached.
We do have a AI summary discussing news and events like Fox News and voter restrictions. Share your take. Oh, I just got a thing popped up. It said we have 2 messages, and I was going to tap it, but it went away, and I can't. We have 2 comments.
Will it let you scroll? Will it let you scroll on?
Well, I don't know how old they are, but I'm scrolling right now. TikTok. If you are leaving us comments, we never see them because
yeah. Sorry about that.
Here's the problem with TikTok. On YouTube, we have a comment section and it only shows comments. On TikTok, the comments are mixed in with like, oh, this person joined,
Sure.
and when people are constantly clicking join and then swiping away, we get to see everything and not even the well, I just tapped on one that said we have a new message and it just showed a bunch of people joined. Yeah, and so we don't see comments because it's just clogged up with my whole feed is these people joined your thing. I am seeing no.
Oh, it's pretty
sad. TikTok is.
Yeah, I don't really. I can see the comments when I scroll sometimes, but not all the time. It's
all right. Sunday we're back on Sunday because you're not going anywhere, so we will see you on
that should be said, man.
Sunday the 12th of July. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. Quick update, and I've got a video coming out about this, one of my daily videos. 4 new messages. I'm going to tap it right now. No. Anyway. Jake, I am 9 for 9 so far on my copyright disputes. Those people filed copyright disputes against all my comedy, and I disputed. I'm like, fuck you, this is my comedy, I own it. I've still got a bunch more out there that because they hit several dozen of them, but I have won every one so far. I wish they would all go through, but either way. What was I saying? NathanTimmel.com, t-shirt store, hats, sweatshirts, Amazon books there. Go buy stuff. And I'm not going to promote my comedy special because I'm not making anything off it right now because it's been demonetized. So fuck you, whoever filed those copyrights. Jake has been, remains, always will be Jake Vevra. Find him on social media at Jake Vevra, Vevera. His special is Unalived by Dog Pills. You can find that on YouTube. And we're out. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Even TikTok. Sorry, we can't get to you, but everyone that contributes in our chat. Richard's there. Rocky saying goodbye. Todd saying goodnight. All right, goodbye, all.
I am secretly Mexican duct tape man, and I will take you copyright trolls to a pole in Tijuana.
I support that.